Hello traders, welcome back to the channel. This is Jonah with Trading the Charts Pro. And guys, in this video we're here to break down the overall market to actually come up with a game plan to see what is the market direction for all the indices in the upcoming week. Alright, so guys, we are also entering into earnings season, and typically once we start having earnings come out, the market tends to be a bit more volatile and it can swing huge to the upside, and also the market can swing very huge to the downside. So I just want to caution you guys as we enter into this earnings season with the market at a all-time high. Guys, we have to be cautious in this type of environment, because yes, we already started to get some banks like some banks are actually reporting earnings, and they're reported some great earnings so far. Morgan Stanley, I think Wachovia, Wells Fargo, and also I think JP Morgan did report as well. Goldman Sachs, they had a blowout quarter due to their trading business. So many traders have come into the market as of late, so that has been a pretty good form of revenue for the Goldman Sachs. All right, so yes, let's jump on into the S&P 500. We currently have a chart of the S&P 500 up, and guys, what are we seeing as we look at this market? The market is like, we've packed on over 1,000 points from November lows, October lows. The market is up 1,000 points right here in April, guys. So everything is actually going good. On Friday or Thursday, we did get a breakout of the uptrending resistance level, which is this line, and we talked about this in our last video, that we if we don't get a pullback, then we are looking to see the market break out of this resistance level and continue to move in a parabolic fashion. All right, so we are pretty much seeing that right here right now. As you can see, the market, or the S&P 500, has started to pull away from the 10-day moving average, the 10 EMA, and that is a good sign that the market is trending. But we have to be a little bit cautious as the market starts to move in a parabolic fashion like this, because as a trader, this pretty means that all the stocks that follow the S&P 500 are hitting a all-time high right now, and this pretty much means that we don't really have a lot of stuff to trade. You understand what I mean? So what would be good for us as trader is for the market to pull back down to the 50 EMA, and then from there we would anticipate the market trying to bounce and continue moving higher. All right, because we are still in a bull market. So this is what we're looking at. So S&P 500 moving higher. This is still good as long as earnings continue to come out ahead of all Wall Street estimate. Then I'm going to look to see the market continue to move higher. Any bad news, guys, any bad news hit the market, we have to be careful, because the market is at an all-time high. Bad news can just snap this thing and it start to come back way down here. So in times like this, we just want to put in our trailing stop and let our winning trades continue to win and move to the upside, just like it's doing. All right, next let's move on over to the NDX, which is the Nasdaq Composite. Guys, what are we seeing? In the last video we did talk about the market closing very strong at resistance, which means that we did not get a rejection right here when we did our last video last week Saturday. This was sign that the market would break out of the resistance. So we break out on Monday, then on Tuesday we get a sharp rejection, which I don't know what that was about, and then so this was on Monday here, then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So on Tuesday we had a crazy sell-off, or this was Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. On Wednesday we had a sharp sell-off, just a little bit, and then come Thursday we got bought back up. On Friday, you see what happened. The market was down, but initially it was down sometime throughout the day. We got buyers came in and push it up, but we have to start paying a little bit of attention to this, because I don't like that candle there on Friday. However, I do feel like when we look at the overall market in terms of the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq, I feel a little bit more confidence in the Nasdaq, because we did project last week that we can actually come on up here and test this all-time high, which will just be making back our rounds up to this resistance level. So I'm really looking to see the S&P 500, now the Nasdaq, push on up to the 14,500 level. That's where I'm really looking for it. We have a breakout here, and this breakout is not really moving super fast, so it's not a case where we just break out and run higher. If we did get that, then I'd be looking to say, okay, do we come back and test the resistance and then we continue to move higher? But in this case, I feel like this day here on Wednesday was a small test of the resistance. So they come in, they try to dump it, it held inside this resistance level, which is here, so that somewhat hold as support. And then on Thursday we gapped up and continue to move higher. So let's see what happened here. I'm still confident, because not all tech stocks are making all-time high right now. So I do feel like the tech stocks that haven't started to make a all-time high, those are going to be the ones that continue to push and will push the Nasdaq back to the resistance level up here. All right, so that's what I'm looking at in terms of the Nasdaq. Let's look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Guys, DJIA, we did talk about this as well. We're holding this uptrending resistance line very nicely. We did get a breakout on Thursday. Friday, we're still up above that level. I'm continuing to look to see the Dow moving higher and in a parabolic fashion. The market is trending, guys. When we're in a trending bull market, the only thing we can use to navigate this market is we really have to use the moving averages. All right, so how do we know when to start taking profit? Well, once this market comes down and start closing below the 10 EMA, then we have to start to get cautious, because once we break the 10, there's a probability that we will pull back to the 20 EMA. And if we break the 20 EMA, then it's going to be a full pullback into the support, which is typically the 50 EMA. All right, so once a bull market is trending, you use all the moving averages to monitor the trend. And once we start breaking the moving averages, then you become cautious, you lock in some profit, and you wait for this thing to pull back, and then we get back to the long side again. All right, let's move on over and look at the IWM, small cap stocks. Guys, again, this is just not one of my favorite places to be, because you can see, we're just not really doing anything right here, right now. Do I think this can go higher? Small cap stocks can go higher? Possibly. I'm still looking for them to come back up and test this resistance level here. This pattern, I'm not, too confident in this, because technically, is this a reversal pattern? Is this a head up here, and was this a shoulder, and is this a shoulder right here? All right, if the overall market rolls, then this probably could end up shaping up like something that I don't know. I don't think so. But right here, right now, we need small caps to break above 225, which is the Russell 2000. So that's 2,250 for the Russell. If we're able to break out of this level, then we will see the Russell come back up into testing this resistance level here to the upside. All right, so that's how I'm looking at this. Typically, I'm not excited for small cap stocks. I don't really like to play with them because they move a little bit too slow for my likings. Okay, let's move on over and look at the VNX. And I'm looking at the VNX because, like I said, right here, right now, I do feel like I like tech stocks better, because though the tech index has actually break out of its resistance and it's moving higher, there is a lot more room right here, right now, for the Nasdaq to continue moving up, at least into that uptrending resistance that we spoke about. All right, As far as S&P 500 and Dow Jones, I do feel like they are probably due for a pullback because they have been running, hot. So when we look at the VNX, which is the volatility indicator for the Nasdaq, we're seeing where this thing is coming down lower. We did break this small bear flag that we pointed out last week, and now we're coming down. Where am I looking for this thing to come? I wanted to see it come down here and touch 14. Now when it touch 14, that's going to be the support from before the market actually break out or break down. So it's going to be the support before the VIX or VNX broke out here in 2020. All right, so when we get back down to this level, then I want to be cautious because this is just a long-term support. I don't know if some volatility is going to approach the market at that time. All right, so guys, this is how I'm looking at the all overall market. I hope you did find some insight inside this video. If you did, just hit that thumbs up. I'll throw your comments down there. I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. Thank you for watching.